Hello everybody. Welcome to our stream. Apologies there about the transition. It's been a while since I've sorted one of them out. But hello, welcome all to the stream. Today we're going to be flying Concorde from Tokyo Haneda Airport, where we are today. We're going to be flying all the way down the coast of China, down into Hong Kong, in Kai Tak, where we're going to be landing our amazing airliner. Once we get down there, we're going to be doing the amazing Kai Tak ILS approach into runway 13, a really famous approach because of the tight turn airlines have to make, and we will be expecting to be making that too. So yeah, it's going to be good fun. It's going to be really good fun. This will be our last Concorde stream for a while. I'd like to do some short haul and other things there, sort of for a while in between. So this will be our last one for a while. So why not go? We've been talking about it for a long time. I've been saying for a long time, sort of teasing that we fly Concorde. So now we shall be. I'm just going to do a quick sound check and then we'll get going. Okay, cool. Right, well I think that's all good. Let me know what it looks like and what it sounds like if there's any problems with it. But I think we're all right. So, you like Concorde too much? Yeah. You gotta love an aircraft like this. Right, we've got our accomplice today. He's flying with us, Speedbird 2. He's just departing. This is so that we maintain good separation. As going into Kai Tak, it can always be a little bit hairy. But here he goes. He's departing, and then we'll get on with whatever we're off to do. You're loading up the sim, Mito? Fantastic. We've got a while. I've got to do the startup. I thought we'd all watch it today, so we've got a bit of starting up to do before we can get going. Here he goes. Short hauls. The short hauls are good fun, aren't they? Yeah, we'll do some more of them. We'll try and explore some of the world, I think, outside of Europe. Oh, he's really moving. The speed of Concorde is amazing. There we go. He's airborne. Really pitching up their gear, going up. Steep climb out. Wait for it. When he gets to 700 foot, he's going to make the right-hand turn off 3-4 right. I think if he's on the same departure as us. A couple of departures at Haneda slightly. He's on the Ego 2. No, yep. He's going to be making a left-hand turn. Right out across the city. Our departure is going to make a big right-hand turn. It's going to be quite steep, but it's going to be good fun. Oh no, he's going right. Off he goes. Fantastic, and away into the cloud. Amazing. Right. Inside our aircraft then. We're going to do some stuff then. All I've done so far is aligned the INS because I decided we needed to. Otherwise it's 10 minutes at least. So we'll get them aligned. Sort out some of our other stuff then. So we need the fuel heaters to auto. Secondary air tools to auto as well. On the overhead we'll turn on our master CBs and anti-stall systems. All looking very good. Right. Now we're going to get the INS programmed up. This is a little bit dull and tedious, but I apologise. We have to do this. It's not quite as easy as an FMS, but it's our older version of an FMS, and I like it a lot. So the VADAR departure that we've taken is I chose this departure because it allows us to fly VOR departure until we hit VADAR. So waypoint 1 for today is VADAR. You'll notice we're all east. Normally we're in west when we're departing Heathrow and stuff. That's because, of course, Heathrow is west of the line. I forgot what the name of the line is, but it's the line. Whereas here, of course, we're very much in the east, the rising sun, of course. So we're right the other side of that line. So we're all east in all our waypoints today. So I've got to remember that, as it's I've not flown east of that for a long time. Occasionally, when we go down to where was it, Bob? But no, it was Dubai. I think I flew down to the other day. We went east of it, but apart from that, never really go this side. So we've got to remember to type east, not west. Oh, I'm doing this filling in. We've got 14 waypoints today. So 3306. We're going to program in 9 at a time, of course. Concorde only lets us. Oh, I've got to do that again. Sorry. 3306. East 1397. Insert. Number 5. BUBDO. So the route I've chosen, I've custom made this route. So the controllers might tell us it's a bad route, but the idea is that it keeps us over the sea and in between Taiwan and China, right down the middle on the sort of couple of final legs into Kai Tak. This means that we stay right over the ocean, which means of course we can stay supersonic, which we would like to do. We're a little bit light today. I've only got about 70 tons of fuel on board because of course the route's only 1,700 miles, whereas normally going across it's about 3,000 I think or something like that. So it's a lot further. So we're not carrying as much fuel. We've got a little bit more passengers on the line because this flight was made by Concorde as a showcase flight. It actually flew from Manila to Kai Tak as a sort of demonstration of its aircraft by British Airways in 1998. However, I thought the flight from Manila was a little bit short, and I don't know if we might be able to sort of jump supersonic, and then we'd have to dial back again. So I decided instead we would have a bit of fun. Do this. A last minute swap, but still a bit more interesting. The further, of course, and coming down this direction means we get a nice slide onto the approach, which you'll see later as we come from the east, and the approach takes us west. So initially, which is really good. So that will just help make things a little bit easier, which at Kai Tak, of course, is exactly what we want. Right, INS programmed. Departure then. We're going to need 250. Let me bring up the departure for you all. RJTT. Departure. It's on the VADAR 1. There it is, right at the bottom. VADAR 1. So we need to tune up the Haneda VOR. So it's 1122. There you go, just got it. So at 700 feet from the runway, we make a right-hand turn to 100 degrees until we're 9 DME from Haneda, at which point we're then going to make a quite sharp right to 222. So we'll dial it up on the first officer's side so I remember. To 222, at which point we need to be climbing through 5,000. So it's quite a steep climb. We're looking for 5,000. I'm going to keep going until we get the 177 radial away from the airport. I'm going to be on the back beam from that, and that'll take us towards VADAR. From VADAR, we'll activate the INS navigation. So it's going to be quite an exciting little departure, but we're going to be climbing up to 5,000 initially. I'm going to be trying to do that as fast as we can, in keeping with everything. The METAR today is, let's have a look, see what we're looking at. Landing runways 34 right, 34 left. Departing runways 34 right. So that's what we were expecting. Altimeter is 3012. So we'll set that in there. Fantastic. 250 knots we'll look for, which is just what we want. Fuel 63 tons on board. Turn on the radio stacks, and we'll tune up the tower on 118.1. Yeah, tower on Haneda, we certainly will. He might be a little bit loud, so let me know, but we'll readjust the volume if he is. So let's get our clearance then. Haneda Tower, Speedbird Concorde 1 on stand 9, requesting IFR clearance to Kai Tak, please. We have information November on board. Squawk 1301, we're cleared on the VADAR 1 departure for Speedbird Concorde 1. Maintain level 600 for Speedbird Concorde 1. Understood. Runway 34 right will report when ready. People can go on. All right. That is good. That's very good indeed. I had a couple of things open, that's why the FPS was a bit low. There we go. Right. Okay, all good. INS is aligned. We can turn on the engine feed pumps as we've got the fuel on board that we need for today's flight. We've got a bit of holding fuel, but it's still going to be a little bit light. So, should be fairly interesting. Tower's a bit quiet. Oh, okay, let me turn up everything a little bit. Xplane's also a bit quiet here, actually. Well, that should be a little bit better. I'm imagining he might be a little bit louder now. Alright, there we go. That might be better. Whilst when we speak, you'll hopefully hear us. Okay. So. We need to set the clock to the chrono position. Everything else, pre-flight wise, pretty good to go. So, crossbeams are opened. The valves are opened. Engines are ready to start. Before we start, we're going to get rid of some of this stuff. So, what I'm firstly going to do is we're going to disconnect the gate. So if we go on the aircraft, we're going to get rid of the catering trucks, the conveyors. We'll close up our doors, get rid of them. I'm imagining the fuel truck is still going. There's a lot of fuel to be loaded on board. What I'm then going to do is also go on to SAM, which we're using today for the gate systems, and get rid of the gate. There he goes. Oh, sun's coming out. Just going to set the time, bear with me. There you go. I want to arrive into contact hopefully in the daylight because it's quite a tricky approach. Right, there we go. Everything's shut off. I'm going to get rid of the fuel truck. We don't want him anywhere near when we're beginning to start up the aircraft. And we'll go ahead and relight number 3. And we'll get the pushback truck coming over.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And we'll request start from the tower. As Supersonic Concorde 1, now request push and start. Push start approved, runway 34 heading south there, Supersonic Concorde 1. Fantastic, right. Tune up 122.8. Inject the fuel valve. Engine's firing up. We're just monitoring to make sure we're getting fuel on board. The INS all aligned, everything's ready to go. Doesn't look like 10 PM. No, it doesn't. For purposes of course, realism, I didn't want to land at night. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All doors and hatches are closed.
We want to see the nice scenery, you know. It'll be a nice evening landing. But I decided landing at night time would not be preferable. We wouldn't be able to see stuff, and it just wouldn't be as interesting, really. Alright, engine's running. It's relight number 2. Get it going. You can actually start 2 at once in Concorde. I haven't ever tried with more engines than that at once. I recommend not, because you might not get the start time. It might be a bit slower because all the air is being diverted to all different places to be able to start more than one. So I tend to start 1 at a time. So you start 3 and 2 on stand, and then you push back and start 1 and 4. We've been cleared to push, so we're going to disconnect the GPU. The engine will start. It's starting. We can release the parking brake because we're still sort of on stand, and we've got a good start now because the RPM is climbing with the fuel going. So we're happy that's a good start, so we can release the parking brake and get it going back. Local language on Vatsim, yeah. We've got Mito 2DS is coming in, but we're quite slow, so I'm sure he'll catch up with us. Oh, the JAL's been given cleared to push over there as well. Alrighty. Get the pumps on for engines 2. All good. Amito, you almost in. I'm so sorry. I know you're loading up. I completely forgot, I'll be honest. It's been quite quick, this little startup here. Right, let's relight engine number 4. There you go, big swing turn here. The taxiway is a long way away from the stand actually, so the pushback guys have a long way to walk out and walk back. Flying Concorde, we're looking for about an hour and 45, maybe hour and 50 minutes airtime, so not that long. Water heaters can go on, and the electric SSB can be closed. I believe that's sealing us sort of from the ground here. Engines 2 and 3 can be put into the low ground idle. Whilst we continue the startup. We can drop the nose, but not the visor, as they were worried with the visor down, it might come into contact with the tug potentially. So we'll just lower the visor so that we can see out and see the amazing scenery, but also other aircraft in the vicinity. Half of what the 707 does. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, when you go in Mach 2, it's pretty quick. And there we go, it's engine 4 started. We'll get off valves, and there's no need to rush the start here. We'll shut off the cross bleeds on the right hand side. And now everything's running on the engine number 4. Yep, everything's running. We can relight the engine number 1. As I said, no rush. It's a long taxi. A long pushback, sorry. We've got a long way to push. And we're still waiting for Mito to happen. We're quite spaced out though, and you know, it's quite a short flight, so we're happy to wait at Kai-Tak for him to land. You saw a couple of images there on the slideshows at the start. That's a couple of things I did when I was practicing earlier. Oh, because I didn't want us to crash. Oh, there he is. Just loaded in. Fantastic. But we're quite slow, so that's fine. I didn't want to crash live on stream, so I have had a little bit of practice at this. So you know, hopefully we should master the landing. But no promises, no promises. It's very, very difficult, as you'll see, even though, you know, so some airports like Innsbruck are quite difficult, but not that difficult, whereas this Kai-Tak is no lie, it is a difficult approach, even for the best of us. It can be very difficult. It's the, especially in sort of the bigger aircraft, so like in the 747.
Operation complete, set parking brake.
Yeah. In the 747, for example, that you always see the famous landing there, they used to get quite a lot of crosswind at Kai-Tak, so when it would try to make the right-hand turn onto the runway, the winds blowing naturally across the runway would mean that lowering that left-hand wing to line up with the runway was quite a challenge. So it meant they had a lot of problems with levelling the wings back down again after making that right bank. So it could be quite difficult to actually make the centre line of the runway, which was understandable really, considering how tough that tight that turn is. But in Concorde, because it doesn't produce much lift actually, because it's a delta wing, you have to be going very fast to produce a lot of lift. We're not so much affected by that, so we should be able to roll back quite nicely. Right, tug is disconnected.
So is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Right, we'll get the taxi lights on then. Bye-bye. Taxi light 1 and 2 on. We'll be using the turn-off lights when we get onto the runway. But that's about it. So, pressure static heaters, ADS engine probe heaters. Before taxi checklist then, flight engineer, trim for takeoff.
Trim to takeoff.
Lower the nose by 1, full right, neutral, full left, neutral, full up, neutral, and full down. Flight controls are confirmed. All ready to go. Fuel is good. Electricals are good. We're getting good power out of all of them. Everything is good to go. Brake fans can go on. Ready for taxi. Speedbird Concorde 1, ready for taxi. Well, stand by.
This is Japan 267, do you read?
The tower seems to have gone. Right, hang on, I think he's disappeared. We need to get up the taxi shots actually. We'll set the V speeds there quite high, but a lot less.
This is Japan 267. This is Japan 267. Reach card read.
Speed of Concorde 1, reading you 5x5, sir. You can't get the tower. Oh no.
All station, this is Japan Air 267, RJTT, do you read?
Japan 267, this is Speed of Concorde 1, read you 5x5.
Speed about 1.
Okay, long taxi at 3-4 right then. We're going to go down Whiskey, hopefully. He'll either give us Hotel or Golf. I don't know what he's using today. I expect Golf, to be honest. Out to Echo, or Charlie rather, all the way down to the end. We'll have the full length of 3-4 right. It's not that long of a runway, only 3.3 kilometres. Heathrow's about 4.4. So, you know, yeah. No, he doesn't like Oslo's, but the tower, we were trying to ask for taxi, and the tower is not responding. So we're a little bit stuck. Mito, how's it coming along? We see you on the stand. Very nice looking Concorde there parked up. Oh, it's a good plane. Very big open airport, isn't it, Haneda? There's a lot of space between stand and everything. Haneda Tower, speed of Concorde 1. No. Left-hand speed is good enough to... No, it's very long. I didn't say we were... Don't worry, it's plenty long enough for what we're doing today, but we will get full length, because... I don't know, it's a little bit short, and if we were fully loaded on a longer flight, I would definitely want full. Title board and left. It does take a while, doesn't it? Alright, we'll get going then. I'll make a call and we'll get moving, because we don't want to wait that long. Haneda traffic, Speedboat Concorde 1, taxiing out, runway 34 right, via Whiskey, Golf, and Charlie. Speedboat Concorde 1, Haneda. Yep.
Hold this position. Stop. Tower is leaving.
What did he say? Tower is leaving. What's he on about? Right, we're gonna get rolling. Oh, tower's back.
267, go ahead. 267, thank you. Request your attention. Okay, Japan 267, ICE again. Request taxi.
Oh, we'll hold position then. Flight and a half. We've got a 747. Wow. What have we got? The Speedbird 4. Nice. And the Concorde. Wow, we got a lot of people. Speedbird Concorde 1, ready for taxi. Whiskey, Hotel and Charlie, Charlie 1, 3-4 right, Speedbird Concorde 1. Okay, Hotel, not Golf, that's all right. Right, bit of power, let's get going. Tower's leaving, yeah, I just don't know. Anyway, he's back, he's ready to go. He's back online. Let's get the power on and let's get moving. Let's go. Big jet of power there. Oh, whoa, the Japan 76 is getting a bit fed up, I think, with our taxi pace. Right, bit of power there. There we go, we're rolling. Alright, and the taxi checks then. So, nose and visor down at 5. The V1 speeds are confirmed. It's 170, 190, and 210. There are V1, VR, and V2. We don't want to go much faster than this. That's good. Right, I've had to switch from the Z-axis on my Airbus TCA to the slider. Makes taxiing much more difficult. All right, into the back then. D-air pumps on. Valves open. Engines to fly over.
Okay, ask again. Request Charlie 3 intersection departure. Charlie 3 intersection.
Right, we'll go around the corner. Bit tight there and a bit quick, but that's alright. Bit of power around the corner to help us out. We're going uphill now. Even slower. I don't think he's particularly happy with us in the 7.6. I wait because of the INS. No worries then. You'll catch us up as we're quite slow, and I don't think it's we're not going to be too long. He's right in the spray from the engines there, isn't he? Wow, that's okay. You can't see it, of course, on his simulator, but on ours, he is right in the big jet blast from Concorde. Yeah. That's not ideal. All right, continuing our taxi checklist then. The auto ignition and auto throttle go on. Pressure static heaters and AGS and probe heaters are on. The weather radar is on. Quick check of the. You can have a look at the taxi checklists. The rating I set to before we start taxiing. The masters are on. The limiters are on. The de-air pumps are on. We're all good to go. Anti-skid systems are on. Oh, that one's missing. Low. Fantastic. Aircraft is pretty much ready to go. You might see my taxi skills are not going well, are they? Goodness me, what's going on here? Wandering around. Poor JL. What are you on about? He's we're zipping along down this little taxiway. Anyway, he's going to get ahead of us. He's going Charlie 3. He requested the intersection, I think, because we were going a bit slow and he wanted to get ahead. Right, that's Hotel. This is Charlie coming up. Slow down for the corner. Nice and slow. We don't want to damage the aircraft. I've been playing a lot of DCS, and I can tell you taxiing quickly is not a good idea. So we'll go nice and slow around the corner. Those of you that play will know what I mean. You often, when flying DCS, get tire damage and all sorts of things. Four's requesting. Brilliant. I think Speedway Concorde 2 is flying as well. He took off just as the stream started. We saw him. I think he's probably where is he about to see? Let's have a look. Where is it? I'm expecting him to be a long way ahead now. He's just over Nagoa. Oh. I have to pay attention. Pillow Place DCS. Yes, I do. I know, yes, we need to play, don't we? Yeah. I do play DCS. That's, real Concorde pilot for you. I think I missed what he's saying. I wasn't paying attention. Oops. Oh, anti-collision lights go on as well. Fantastic. You can see the destroyer in the background there. It's quite impressive. It's part of the freeway scenery. It's really detailed. Right, it's going to be a wet departure. Line up and wait, 3-4 right, Speedway Concorde 1. Alright, lining up on the runway then. I'm going to get the turn-off lights on. But we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to arm the burners. There we go. Takeoff monitor goes on. And all we need to be aware of is that on departure we're at 700 feet making a right turn to 100. That's it. We're ready to go, people. It's been a while coming, but we're here. We're ready to go. We're on the runway. Let's get moving. Here we go. Clear for takeoff runway 3-4 right, Speedway Concorde 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1 now. Go on the clock. Engine's throttling up. Airspeed building. I just got to get it centered on the runway there. I didn't line up very well. Power 6. Fantastic. Speed alive. Both sides. All good. All 4. Nice light up. There you go. Rotate.
V2.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Gear positive climb. Gear
Continue the pitch up. 230. Oh ho ho, we're airborne, people. 250.
Gear up. Doors locked. 250.
250. And the right hand turn coming up. There we go. Rolling it right. Just keep the pitch up. Oh, it's relighting the burners. We'll turn off the afterburners there. 1 to Unicom 1 to 2.8. Speed Concorde 1. Bye bye. Flick over. Right, we're airborne there. 2,000 feet.
60 tons.
I'm looking for about 1,500 there. I'm just trying to hold up to a... Oh, rolling a bit tight there on departure. We're keeping it going right round. You see we're slewing around a little bit here. Keeping it going round to 100. That's about 1,000 feet per minute. And there we go, levelling off at 100 degrees. Keep pitching back. I've allowed it to drop a little bit. And look for 15 degrees on the nose. I've gone past 100 there, so we'll roll back level. Now, next point we're looking for, as we know from the charts, if I can get them up, a 9 DME from, we make our right turn 222. So if we level there,
3,000 feet.
oh, I've climbed a bit steeper there. Low the nose, so 222 gets primed up. There we go, 222. Take a monitor and go off. We'll just balance the plane there for a second. We can turn off taxi lights and turn off lights. Climbing very steeply there, that's good. Going to Kai-Tak. It's time to zoom, it certainly is. We're straight through the clouds, there's 5,000 feet. We're going to level off at 5,000. Make these turns. Wrong fuel trim, you may change it, my friend. Trim to flight.
Trim to flight.
Right, leveling off there. There we go, leveled off. Waiting for the 9 DME. Before making this right hand turn. Here comes up the 9 DME. We're going all the way round here. Big massive turn to 222, where we'll then intercept the radial. Here we go. Right to 222 degrees. Here we go. All the way around. There's the big turn. You'll see it climbs during the turn, which is fine. We're going to climb up to 9,000 feet here. It's one of the sort of habits of Concorde. It climbs during a turn. I've never quite been able to work out why, but that's what it does. So we'll hold the gentle climb there to not upset the passengers. Because we're in cloud, we're flying full instrument here. So it's trying to hold the roll and hold the climb. Quite tricky, especially in a plane that, because it's got such high angle of attack, it can be a little bit wandering with when you're flying it. And because you're in the flight deck, the perspective, I imagine, in real life is quite different from what the plane's doing. So it's probably quite difficult. Not so difficult in this though. Right, oh, there goes the climb rate. And we'll roll level 222. Wait for it, still turning. There we are, levelling out there. This is full instrument flying here, we're right in the clouds. Right, now we're intercepting that radial away from Tokyo. So you can see, if I go on the quick map, you can see where we are. With this little red dot here. We've taken off, made a big right hand turn, and we're now coming along to intercept that radial. So it's be a while on this. So what I'm going to do is turn on the autopilot. Now I'll just drop the speed. Drop the altitude, autopilot 1 on. Flight directives can go on. There we go. Not seeing very much, yeah, not much to see. Need the departure today, yeah. There really isn't. Gotta know what we're doing. Right. Cool. It's levelling out then at 9,000 feet. I'm not going to go any higher than 9,000 for now, just until we get to VADAR, until we intercept this, and then we'll continue our climb. Once we intercept this radial, we can go a little bit higher, a little bit faster. Really is not much to see here, actually. That's really quite amazing. Truly, completely cloud. Into the back then. Engine limiters. Oh, we leave them in low, sorry, but put that one to normal. Engine control schedule can go to normal. And we're happy with the aircraft. It's all climbing nicely. Got a weird light flickering going on here. This is the clouds playing havoc with my aircraft. What is going on? Wow. We're in like some thunderstorm or something. No idea. Wow. That's weird. Sorry about that. It's been very weird. I'm going to continue the climb then, just to try and get out of that. We'll go up to 200. That is good. Right on the line, we are. There we go, that's going away now. We were obviously in a little bit of weird weather pattern there. Xplane that being very good as always. Right, so we're coming up to intercept this radial, and this is actually a back beam because we're heading away from it. So, in the aircraft, because I've dialed it to 177, we can click track heading, push this dial in, so then it'll follow the radial. But if we were to click back beam, it would go in the opposite direction. So if we'd set it up in the opposite direction, on the charts here it tells us 177. If it had told us, what is it, 353? Oh, sorry, I hit my hardware button there. We would have been back beamed. So, dial up 350. And we'll let the speed build up to 350 knots. Here comes in the radial, you can see it wandering in. It's coming across. So we'll go push this one in. Track heading still on. Oh, it's going to go away. Back beam then. Yep, there we go. So it should turn us now if I'm right. No. No, it's not happy. Alright. We'll dial it manually then. Round we go. My bad, it didn't seem to be quite happy with this. Anyway, we're on the back beam. I'm going to lower the descent rate to about 1,500 to allow the speed to build. And as the speed builds, the nose will lower because we've got a bit more speed to deal with. We'll set the QNH to 299.2. And we can start to get the power on. Yep. Nose still down, yeah, that's because the nose. We're not going to bring it up yet until we're happy with the speed. Because you see our angle of attack is still very high. And so keeping the nose down was probably optimal. But the engineer's getting unhappy, so I'll bring it up. Fantastic. On our way out from Tokyo. Very nice. There we go, coming up to 350 knots. We'll continue our climb, flight level 280. Because of our departure today, as soon as we're away from land and over the sea, we can accelerate. I'm going to put the visor up as well. Keep, continue acceleration 384. Right up to speed. Mito 2DS, I missed your message, sorry, whilst I was doing the departure there, but you're pushing back, fantastic. We're going to wait with the brake fans still on, just until I get the reheats light up again for the supersonic acceleration, because that means we're then safe in a safe flight, and we're happy to continue our acceleration. Pitch the nose up a little bit, climb about 3,000 feet per minute or so. We'll roll it right, so we're heading right away. You can see here on the map, we're heading straight towards VADAR, and VADAR, of course, being our first INS waypoint. So once we pass through number 1, we're going to activate the INS, and it'll take us straight towards number 2, which is Papa Quebec Delta, which we can actually tune up as a VOR. There you go, 12 miles from it. So they're two very close next to each other. There we go. We're coming up to it. INS navigation on. Switch to INS. It's going to roll us back left, I imagine, in a second. We weren't quite there yet, so I don't think it's quite happy. Right, INS navigation on. There we go. We're now through it. 2 getting a ticket. Oh no. 1,000 knots supersonic. I think it might be. Where is he? Is he? He's over Japan, isn't he? He's a slightly different route to us. Ours takes us south. Let me show you what I'm looking at on here. This is our route for today. Straight away out of Haneda, I'm taking us out south over the sea. So we know once we pass PQD, we can begin our supersonic acceleration. There's only a couple of islands and things, which is fine.
20,000
You can see our route then takes us down the middle of Taiwan and China, straight down that middle sea, so we can stay supersonic through there until reaching Kai-Tak. So, pretty ideal conditions then for the flight today. FC answer, what aircraft do you fly in DCS? Oh, sorry. Do we fly with DCS? DCS, I fly the F-18. I quite like it because I like doing air-to-air, but then I also, enjoy landing on carriers. So for me, it was the ideal aircraft. It's all about the fun. Superb. Right, we'll make a call on Unicom, so they know what we're doing. Unicom, Super Concorde 1 is climbing through flight level 220, climbing flight level 280 to begin supersonic acceleration from waypoint Papa Quebec Delta to FITTO, heading south from Haneda, Super Concorde 1. Lovely. Nice. 3230 then. We've got 284 knots primed up, so that means that when we hit 280 we'll be just under the speed of sound there. We are going to try and get to 60,000 feet. I don't know if we will, but based on the sort of speed, based on our weight and everything, we only have 54 tons of fuel on board. I'm hoping we will. We're quite light, we're burning through the fuel, so hopefully we have enough. You have the S16 and A10, very good choice. DCS, I've heard they're quite good those two. F18 or F14. Have to get the super carrier? Yeah, I've got the super carrier. Really worth it. Really, really is. Amazing add-on. I hadn't quite realised because I bought it sort of as soon as I got DCS. But then I landed the other day on a non-super carrier one, and it really makes a difference. So if you have DCS, that'd be my recommendation. But back to Xplane then. We are preparing to make our supersonic acceleration. We're coming up to 280. We're climbing really quickly today, and that's just because we're quite light. We've only got 54 tons of fuel on board. We've not got a very long route to go today, so I'm trying to get the speed really, really up there. Out to 270. We're approaching 280. I'm going to start to lower the climb rate. Lowering it down. That's so that as we approach 280, we're not going to go shooting through it. We'll level off at 280. Allow the aircraft to stabilise. We've got 38 miles to FITTO. And we're happy to begin our supersonic acceleration. Text me for doing DCS, I certainly will, I'll let you know. Okay. Here comes, if you join the Discord guys through the link in the description, you can, you'll see stuff like when we're playing DCS and we're playing Xplane. So if you're not already, do join the Discord, it's a really, really great place. Alrighty, 280, there we are. So, we'll dial up 50,000 feet. I expect we'll get there pretty quickly. Turn off the auto throttle. Altitude acquire. Max climb. Full power. Selected. That's without the reheats. There goes the aircraft. Inboard afterburners. Outboard afterburners. And the speed is really cutting in there.
Overspeed warning.
Overspeed.
Throttle back or climb. Mach 1 passed.
Supersonic. No bumps, no bangs. Concorde. Fantastic. We are supersonic. And speed at Concorde 1, Tokyo traffic, beginning supersonic acceleration, climbing flight level 500. Blobfish, yeah. You feel important. Ah, well, senior members and all that. And we're supersonic, guys. How's it going, Mito? Are you airborne yet? I've got to have a look on that spot. Alright, the reheats are lit. Don't worry, we're going to wait for you guys to land, so no worries. I've got good reheats, so the brake fans can come off. We don't need them anymore. We're happy we're doing nice acceleration here. DF pumps are all good. Accelerating nicely. 33,000 feet. The afterburners are all on. Max climb rate, the speed's really increasing. He didn't pump, everyone else pumped. Yeah. Oh wow, the noise is quite loud. I forgot about that. Alright, brace your ears, guys. I'm about to go in flyby view. And here we go. Take off your headphones if you've got them. This is going to be loud. There goes the plane. And here comes the boom. There it is. Wow. I'm back inside. Amazing. 1.15 then. Really accelerating quickly here. Through 350. This is really shifting. I haven't seen Concorde fly this well for a while. Normally when we're heading out of Heathrow JFK we're fully laden, so it's nice to see it accelerating this quickly. So I'm just doing a scan here. Yeah, I'm looking for temperature gauges, any warning lights that have come on, any sort of abnormality switches I see that are not how they normally are, in the wrong place or whatever. But it's all good. We've still got the heaters on. We're not quite fast enough yet. Not bad opportunities, I suppose. Yes, yeah. It does. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's yeah, it's good. So we'll be in Kai Tak in about an hour and a half. Maybe an hour and 45, something like that. I'm being a bit over keen. I think it'd probably be maybe about 2 hours, something like that. But not bad compared to the normal 4, maybe 5 hours that this flight
Mach
would take.
1.3. Ramps moving confirmed.
Wow, that came quickly. Ramps moving confirmed. Wow, there they are. Ramps again. We talk about this every time. They help break up the shock waves going into the engines, slowing down the air to a subsonic speed. Because the engines can't inhale supersonic air, so it has to be slowed down before it goes in. Amazing. Right. 38 then. Coming up to 40,000 feet. Very high now. We are well and truly over the sea. We have a quick look on the map. Have a look. VFR. You can see we're well and truly over the sea. A couple of islands around, but they hopefully won't be disturbed by us. 4 and 5 minutes change. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty quick, this journey in Concorde. I haven't actually flown it before. I flew in Manila, which is what we had it previously scheduled for Manila to Kai Tak, but I changed my mind. Apologies for that, guys. As I said earlier, I decided it just wouldn't be long enough. It would be for us to get stuck in with Concorde.
40,000 feet.
There you go, 40,000 feet. Oh, Speedbird 4 is lining up. Though he's lining up on the runway. He's getting ready to go. We've got Speedbird 3 or 2. I can see him ahead of us. He's already at 60. He is well and truly going very quick. Show you on stuff here. Here he is. He's about head to head through the South Korean airspace, yeah. It's on control. This is us up here. Our route's going to take us across to Naha, things down there. His route's a much more direct route, but overland, so, yeah. I tried to be polite to the virtual people of Tokyo. Fantastic. Righty. Coming up to 1.7 then, where we will turn off the burners and slow on down. Michael Nolan, hello. Yeah. Speedbird 2 leaving Japanese airspace. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Approaching the edge of it. Fantastic. 1.67 then, we'll start to turn off the burners. Alright. 1.68, we're getting there.
I suggest reheat off.
1.7 then, reheats off as the engineers just told us. And there we go, she's slowing back down. The acceleration's slowing a little bit there. And we are 1.7, 45,000 feet, continue our climb up to 50. There we go, turning through the next waypoint then, 4 to 5. We'll start reprogramming 6 to 7 We got 14 waypoints today, so a fair few. And there's just so that we keep us right in the centre of the channel going down towards Kaitak, so that we can stay supersonic as long as possible. You have all the fun sites, yeah. There's quite a big cloud coverage though today, so we might not. But we're producing a vapor trail already, contrail. We're quite high already. Brilliant. There we go then. 46, we're 1.8, we're getting there, we're getting very quick now. We've got 49 tons of fuel left. That's fine. We've already lost 10 tons. How long did it take you to learn Concorde? Sorry, I missed that message. Yeah, Concorde, well, took a while. I'll be honest, the first flight I did in Concorde, I thought, ho-hum, it can't be too difficult. It took off and we went straight off the end of the runway at Heathrow. Yeah, it was not such a good idea. It was on Vatsim actually. So, if anyone was there at Heathrow that day, you'll have seen 2 Concordes. I was in a pair. My friend, I think it was transmission before actually, he disconnected to low frames halfway down the runway, and I then took off after him and went straight into the end of the trees. So it wasn't particularly successful. But then I had round 2. I did it offline. Did a bit more practicing. Just tried to fly the flight. Didn't fly particularly well. Had a bit of problems landing and stuff. And then we did round 3. Topped on Vatsim. And threw myself into the deep end. Gander radio was online, which was a bit of a panic. And then so on and so forth. But yeah, the tutorials we got then. I've got a couple of tutorials up for Concorde, and they, I tried to cover the things that I felt that would have been really helpful to me when I was first learning Concorde. So stuff like, you know, which switches you need to flick and when. It's the departure, that initial departure. I spent quite a bit of time explaining that. Out of Heathrow on the main Heathrow JFK route, it's that initial climb out and departure phase is very difficult to fly, just because it throws you around a lot. Right, we're almost. There we go, 50,000. Alrighty. 50,000 feet, then seatbelt signs can go off. Temperature's coming up, 71. Pressure static heaters and ADS and probe heaters can go off. We're going to go 60,000 feet, we're going to dial up. 60, max.
Passing Mach 2.
Max cruise, max climb. And there's Mach 2 there, so I'm happy to continue the climb. We're just hovering.
Throttle back or
Yeah,
climb.
so it's in the climb. So it should get us out of the overspeed. But, well, yeah, I think we'll make 60,000 feet then, that's right. A tour of the setup, yeah. It's not much to be seen. It's a chair with the TCA stuff around. That's pretty much it. Right, through 50. Already at 51. Wow, we are climbing quickly today. Let's go quick look at the iPad. A little bit of cheating here just to give you an idea of where we are. I'll tell you what, it's easier to use the AppyTap for charts in inverted commas because it gives you a lot more information than a piece of paper would give you. Anyway, you can see we're supersonic then, Mach 2, and we're heading down across sort of southwestish over towards our next couple of waypoints. 52,000 feet already then. It's as I said, it's very light today, so we're expecting to climb very quickly straight up, but that's not what is important. It's the landing that's going to be interesting. Climbing very quickly there. slightly unnervingly quick. I've never seen it climb that quite fast. Just the captain pack. Yeah, so yeah, we have the captain pack TCA stuff with the side stick. DCS playing that way. Yeah, there's a lot of buttons, but I've got a sort of Xbox controller too, and that helps out a bit. And then I play it with my keyboard as well for weapon control stuff. Paint modifiers and paint. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of clicking in the flight deck. T600M, wow, that's impressive. And I haven't got the HOTAS, but that'd definitely be something for me to think about, I think. It's a pretty amazing thing. Alright then, so, here in the back, it's all good then. 5A and 7A are empty. They won't be filled up for the rest of the flight. So we're going to shut them off. We don't want to put fuel in there. They're right on the wingtips here if I show you on the fuel page. 5A and 7A are right out at either side of the aircraft, so we don't want them being filled. And they won't be filled from now on. So we're just going to leave them as they are. Thrustmaster Warthog. Wow. That's a pretty good setup. Thrustmaster Warthog. I'm jealous. Yeah, gotta get me on that. Alright, temperature's coming up nicely. Then we turned off the heaters because we're very warm now. I want to get the captain pack, but to learn how to fly the 737. Any recommendations? Ooh, 737. Is this in Microsoft Flight Simulator? The Microsoft Flight Simulator ones are very good. I would always, for me, unless you have the money to buy the Boeing pack from Thrustmaster, I wouldn't go into the yokes, because apart from that one, they all use pole mechanisms, and for me, just I guess they get stiff after a while and they can break, and I don't know. It's they only have like 45 degrees of motions in some cases, and I'd always use a side stick instead. So the captain pack is fantastic. I mean, I'm flying the Concorde here with the captain's pack, and it works really well. It's really accurate, really good. So I'm quite a big fan of that one. The A10, 8 different 4-way switches. Wow. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Xplane 12 Zebo mod, yeah. Same thing then, I guess. You know, as Rex has said, I'm flying Concorde here with the side stick. It's, you know, I personally, I prefer the side sticks, just because for setup wise, I've got here, I'm sat with a keyboard and charts and things in the middle, on a little desk, which is really good. You'd go for the honeycomb, would you? Ah, okay. I'm not, as no expert with yokes. I've never really delved into that market. The TCA is fantastic, but it's not force feedback, of course. The Airbus ones aren't, but I would like to get a force feedback at some point. It'd be quite cool. It'd be quite interesting. I'd like to fly like Concorde or whatever. It'd be quite good fun. Oh, we're zipping along. And we're approaching 60,000 feet as well. We'll definitely get up to it. I wasn't quite sure we would. Little bias, you went the honeycomb. Ah, okay, yeah, the truth comes out. No, it's very good. Very, very good. Right. Kai-Tak, the arrival. It's going to be interesting. Our final waypoint today is Charlie Hotel. Sorry, let me put the view. We can go. I quite like this view. Right. Arrival. Let's head over here. This is the arrival. This is the ILS. This is the famous approach. The IGS runway 13. perhaps the most challenging approach in the world. I'm trying to big it up. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to be arriving into Charlie Hotel. If I bring up Simbury for you, our flight plan takes us all the way across down, following, I think it's the Alpha 1 airway. And anyway, from our final waypoint Magog to Charlie Hotel, we're coming in from the west, which is from the east to west, which is fantastic because if we take a look at our little charts over here, from Charlie Hotel, unless we want to do a hold, which we shouldn't have to because we should be low enough, we're going to head west, and then at Golf, which will be descending 6,000, keep descending all the way around this corner to 4,500 to establish on the ILS. This corner, even if you're above 180 knots, in Concorde, we're going very quick. We're doing about 230, 240 around this corner, so we're expecting to do this big outer turn, but because it's quite a manoeuvrable plane, I often cut a bit tight, so we've got to do that in stages, that turn, to wander around the corner onto the localizer. We'll then descend with the glide path. That'll take us across the bays, down. That is a full ILS, your standard, typical. The only thing is that at the end of it, you don't see runway, you see city. So we keep coming down. Ahead of us, we'll see the checkerboard hill. It's quite difficult to spot, as the scenery I'm using is very good, but it's a bit of Xplane default mixed in there. So some of the buildings that are there, I'll point out, weren't really there when Kai Tak was being used. The problem is when Kai Tak was disbanded, the rest of the city built up and has got higher because there used to be height restrictions on what you could build, of course, for the aircraft coming in. But now it's no longer used. The height restrictions have gone, so they're able to be built much, much higher. As a result, there are a couple of skyscrapers we're going to have to avoid today, so it's quite exciting stuff, but it means we have to fly a slightly different route. So when we get to here, I'm going to make a slight left and just go a little bit further north than we were before. There's going to be a little bit of a tighter turn. So should be exciting stuff. Looking forward to it. Can't decide what to fly now. Oh no, tough choice, tough choice. Yep. I don't know, what would you fly? Yeah, if you aren't already, do join the Discord. And if you are watching, please do go ahead into the chat and come up with some ideas on where we should fly and what we should fly next. I'm not around next week, so it'll be 2 weeks till the next stream. But we've had 2 pretty cool streams now. We've had the big 8-hour Concorde commuter and then landing at Kai Tak. We've had some big stuff. Yeah. So let me know what we could do in a couple of weeks' time. Oh, there we go. The plane's levelling out also at 58. It can't quite go any higher until we're a bit lighter. Pretty heavy. We need to burn, what was that, 25 tons of fuel or so? So landing-wise, we're going to only be landing, hopefully, with about 25 tons of fuel. Because the aircraft, where is it? Empty weight should tell us somewhere. It seems to tell us here. Center of gravity, no. I know, we're very heavy, empty weight. I'll load it right up because on these sort of flights Concorde did, these show sort of flights around the bays and things, they load them up with passengers, do all sorts of fancy stuff like break the sound barrier here. At this point, passengers be flooding into the cockpit to come have a look at whatever was going on. We close the door though. It helps with FPS and brightness, it would appear. Look, oh, that's quite cool. It looks dark when you open the door. It's all bright. Interesting. Anyway, yeah. So it would. I'll tell you. Yeah, we'll leave it closed. But I've lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, yeah. It was yeah. So on these shows on the bay flight, full of passengers. They'd be all trying to get people to flight deck and enjoy the ride. So for loading us up to full, I thought that'd be kind of realistic. But it means on the turn we're going quite quick, so we have to start the turn early, and the plane will really drift around. So I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. Right, 5 to 6. Waypoints 5 to 6. Wow, we're really moving. Crikey. I've just been informed we have ATC. That's pretty good. Some air traffic control online, fantastic. An older style, yes, yeah, from a while ago. But as I said, well, not as I said, I didn't say, but Concorde, when it visited Kai-Tak, was in the 1990s, late 1990s, so they're still allowed to visit the flight deck at that time. A prospect I only wish was still able to be done today. Right, who's booted up? I've been told we got some ATCs. So we got Hong Kong radar is online on 121 tree, fantastic, and Hong Kong approach. That's covering both the major airport, Jet-Lecoq is the new international airport, and Kai-Tak, now closed. However, on Vatsim they still allow you to fly into it. Pretty good, pretty chill. I like that. Where is he? There's Speedbird Concorde 2. I can see him across there. Our route is certainly a little bit more long-winded. We've got a bit of a right turn, so we're going south now, and it all seems good. We're then going to have to go across for a bit to sort of get across. Where's Mr. 4? Mito, you still there, everyone? Sphere 4, I think it was, wasn't it? So Kai-Tak currently has 3 arrivals and 2 departures. I'm not seeing you on radar, Mito. What's going on? Let us know. Brilliant. 58-200 then. We are climbing nicely. Right, we're going to do some reprogramming here then. Only 5 to 6, but might as well start going through. So, number 10 is OBKEL, which is 2500. East 11953.0. Fantastic. Waypoint 2, which is waypoint 11. LAPUG is 22597. And east 117. The route we're using today is found in the description. It's one I designed on Navigraph, just that helps us to avoid major land masses and try and keep us. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, I've missed a number. Try to avoid major land masses and keep us over the sea. Next one then is MAGOG 22178. Now if you fly Concorde, I recommend writing down your waypoints. So for me here, I've written them all onto a sheet that I have with me. Makes things a lot easier. Because I just have to pull it up on SimBrief and everything. So with all the little coordinates that they deal with, it's much easier to do it this style. Brilliant. Right. Cool. At 60,000 feet, which I'm pretty confident we'll get to, we'll have to turn off some stuff, but until then, we're just cruising along nicely. Oh, sorry, I dragged the banner across. Brilliant. A 112.3, that's the Charlie Hotel. That's that VOR's frequency, so we tune that one up. And that'll just give us when we get near. That'll tell us direction to that one, as that is the sort of preliminary waypoint for the arrival. Yeah. Nice. Very good. Right.
I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water.
Back in a minute, guys. I'll be in the chat. Give me 2 seconds. Hello, back in the plane, sorry.
Fuel status, 40 tons.
Down to 40. Slowly trickling down then, isn't it, the fuel? It's surprisingly actually fairly efficient, even though we say it burns a lot of fuel, which it will. You know, we've burned 70 tons of fuel, I say, on this short journey. So even though, you know, all that, it's still going to be quite interesting in regards to the fuel consumption, because we might be a little bit more efficient than I was expecting here. Right, whereabouts are we? We're making good progress, I think. Oh yeah, we really are. This is that big stretch going west. So we're now making good progress towards Kaitak. Concorde going crazy with turning. Yeah, it wanders around quite a lot in the turning. It's just sort of the way it flies, the model of the plane. Yeah, it really wanders. It switches a little bit early between waypoints, essentially. Let me get rid of the back in 5. Basically, yeah, so the next waypoint will come up, it'll switch to it before it's ready, so then the plane turns away towards the waypoint and then left again, and away from it, sorry. So it gets itself a bit confused, basically, which can be quite amusing. We have a METAR up for Kaitak. QNH 1019, temperature 26. 13 is in use, fantastic. That's what we were looking for. Sometimes they use 31, very rarely, but if they do, it's the other way. So that's not good for us. How to get to Kaitak in Xplane 11? Oh yes, sorry. Check out this guy's video. Let me pop it on. It's Matteo Chewy and his amazing tutorial. It does get a little bit confusing. I actually did a slight change to what he does, just because I think it's a little bit outdated now, but that would really set you up with that one. That's a great way of doing it. Oh. There we go, sorry about that. I closed the streaming software. I don't think it changed anything. No worries. That's the best way, mate. That's the best way of getting it. Really good tutorial. Right, we're approaching 60. It's 58.7. It's making its way up there, way up. Still seems twice the speed of sound. Really shifting. It's amazing. It's normally has a 4-hour flight or so. So it's cool that it's much shorter. But, yeah, what's our ground speed? 1,122. That is quick. Sorry, I'm eating a chocolate bar. Flight to North Korea. Interesting. Any particular place? So we have a controller online. That's itchy on control. That's the tower. Oh, okay. On our VATS biodiversity, we do have a centre and approach online. So we'll eventually get to them. Pyongyang, well, yeah, maybe someday. He's had 37 tons of fuel. I'm going through it quite quickly, but we burn a lot on the way up and not much on the way down. So a lot of fuel to get us up to supersonic speeds and get us in the cruise and stay in the cruise. Then once we start our descent, barely burn anything. Only problem is if we do a go around, then we burn quite a lot of fuel. So hopefully not. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and it's really appreciated. So thank you very much. Right, we'll do a quick tour of the plane then. Into the back. Here we are then. Through the cabin. These are light sort of gaps. That's because the fuselage, the model, stretches. So you get these gaps forming where the light comes through. It's quite impressive. So when we land, they won't be there. Which is quite cool. It's quite an impressive model. There's a gap behind the engineer desk that grows and shrinks with the time, which is quite amazing. The toilet door there, fully functional. Pretty amazing. And into the back section of the cabin where most of the passengers are situated. 1290 Mach 2. More lovely. Right, we'll hop back into the front. I'll close the back door. Much easier to fly the plane with the back door closed. The light inside the cockpit's a little bit less affected. So we are trickling up there. You'll see the vertical speed on the overlay on the stream says 28 feet per minute. So we are just about climbing. I'm aiming for us to hit 60,000 feet. What's the ETA here? Estimated time arrival 3:13 Zulu, so that's about 4:15 British time. Oh, not bad. That's pretty quick. So it reckons about 45 minutes and we'll be on the ground. Huh, that's quite impressive. I'm not so confident. I reckon it'll be a little while longer. Just because it's not quite that quick. Very quick plane, but I don't think it's quick enough to be able to do that. So fuel is moving aft. Really heading back there. Ramps are really deployed. Right up at a lot of deployment there. 5A and 7A are off. The D-air pumps I've left on because there's still fuel in there being used. So you want to keep the pumps on to make sure there's no air in there. We don't want air in our fuel. That's, for the pilots among you, that's we know that's very bad. So we don't want air inside the fuel. Not even the pilots, anyone. Air inside the fuel is not good. Oh goodness me, I've been muted. How funny. Anyway, I was just saying, looking at Speed 2, he's just begun, I think, descending. He's just on the south coast of Taiwan. We're still, yeah, we're going to keep accelerating for a while here. I've got the, Speed 4, there you are behind us. Fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah, descent, I just don't know, really. 150 miles maybe we need to descend. I was having a look at the wind. I've been muted for a while now. I was having a look at the wind. We've got a little bit of a headwind, so that's just slowing us down a little bit. Yeah, I just don't know. We could descend. Looking at our waypoints here, LAPUG or LAPUG might be a good place to descend, or even OBKEL. We've got to have a look at this. How long does concrete need to descend? Yeah. To send gear, sort of LAPUG. So waypoint 11. Between waypoint 10 and 11, we'll start descending. You have to be 8,000 level at Charlie Hotel, the VOR. So, yeah. We'll aim to be that. I guess we'll just sort of monitor it as we go down. But somewhere between OBKEL and LAPUG, so right in the South China Sea, following the coast. Somewhere around there. 7 to 8. Going across. Very good. If you're not already, please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Right. Looking at that. Overhead panel seems all good. Temperature outside is 123 degrees on the skin. Bear that in mind as we start to approach the VNO. TMO, temperature max. No aircraft on the radar. No weather on the radar. Very nice cruise here at this point. So yeah, I'll get some information about the Concorde route between to Kaitak and what it did. Should we watch the video? The Air France took theirs in, and British Airways took theirs in. So the British Airways one came in 1996 actually, so it was a little while actually before the airport closed, which is actually 1998 Kaitak closed. 1996 Concorde came in, so it wasn't in this livery yet, but it was still in the old livery. The Air France pilots had a much worse day to be landing here. But, I deny it. When did it come in? 1995, I think. It just came in the year before. Should we watch Concorde come in then? This is the footage of it landing at Kaitak. Very impressive there. You see the condensation on the wing, the pilots are really pulling a lot there. He's had to make a bit of a correction left there. Hopefully we won't have to, but I don't know. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, let's get rid of that. Very good. Let's watch the Air France one now then as well. Let me bring that one up. Oh. Here comes Air France's Concorde then. So you see a bit worse weather here. The weather at Kaitak today is looking pretty nice, so hopefully we won't have to land into thicker fog or too bad weather. I can see a big Korean 747 in the foreground there. Again, thank you very much, Just Planes, for filming this. Very nice touchdown. If we touch down that well, I'll be very pleased. We might bump down the runway. Oh, it's been in quite a few times then, Concorde. A couple of images here you can see. So, the Air France one has been in a couple of times. So is the prototype on its world tour, And then the British Airways Nagus original liveried Concorde has also been in, as well as the one we saw landing in the Landor livery. So been in quite a few times then. It's nice. Very nice. It's going to be quite a tight turn then as we make our landing. Ah, the DME is picked up 256 miles. That is to the Hong Kong Kai Tak waypoint. That's that VOR picked up. That's quite impressive actually. That's a long way. Yeah, that is the one. Speedbird 2's just entered Hong Kong's airspace. They'll be there making his descent. Amazing. Prime at 350 previously. That's ready for our descent when we begin to make it. Shouldn't you be switched to flight mic? I'm not sure what you mean, sorry. Flight mode. You mean flight mode of the engines? I've left them in takeoff. I believe when you hit 60, you switch them. Because we're still in a climb, I think, at this point. Let me just check, so verify my facts. Let me have a look. I believe you leave them. But yeah, don't hold me to that. I'll find out for you. Just check here for you. Oh no, you're right. We should be switched to flight mode. Engine should be in the cruise and flight. My bad. Well done. Goodness me. Call myself a Concorde pilot. Goodness me. Actually, I actually had to watch my own tutorial there to work out what I was doing. Cruise and flight. There we go.
60,000 feet.
There we go. 60 anyway. So we'll switch it there to cruise and flight. See if the signs are off. Lights are off and the heaters are off. We now have to watch the speed quite closely. So we go Mach hold here. It should hold 2.02, but it doesn't always. See, it's already allowed it to build a little bit too quick. This is where we get a little bit more speed up here. There we go, it's holding us just below the overspeed. Let's hope it holds us here. So Concorde with a cruise at Mach 2.02. So we're just looking for that now. We're 2.03. It's gone a little bit quick there, and we're a bit too hot on the temperature. Anyway, levelling off there, you see 11 and 9 are being emptied. So we'll look to turn off the de-air pumps in a second, once they start to get empty. We've got 179 miles to our next waypoint, and where we then turn left, sort of across the South China Sea. There you can see that's what we're aiming to do. We're going to go left here, down through this little gap, and into Hong Kong. Not bad. We made some good progress. Again, it's just amazingly quick aircraft, so it's never a problem. Fantastic then. So, the cruise, what are we aiming to... Oh, sorry, the descent is what I meant. Right, well, we better start having to have a think about it, because we're going to get to it soon, but it's good that we hit 60, actually. That's nice to see. Charts. So, here's all that stuff. Where's the decision height, then? Transition level 9,000 feet. Flight level 110. Okay. Is there a minimums? Missed approach. Continue climb on the ILS. Climb to 4,500. Oh god. So in the missed approach we'll head out to 115. That's 5. That will be our missed approach. Okay, and that'll be on a radial of 315. 088 is the ILS. That's going across there. That's on a 1119er, which will tune up in a second. We got 1123. That's the Choing Chow VOR, which we'll leave in for now. It's the ground speed. I wonder where our minimums is. Doesn't seem to have it there. Right. It's not a problem to stare. Preferable to have one. So, what's the final altitude then? We get the OM. I'd like to know at 400 feet, as that's when we're about starting to go near the skyscraper. So we'll put the decision height to 400. We have to make the right-hand turn, even if we're proceeding with a go-around. So we'll look to climb and make the right-hand turn. Oh, there's minimum decision height. And that is as you make the right-hand turn, so that must be... That's there. Just this sort of city area. So that's about 400 feet or so. That's good, okay. Speedbird 2 is just nearly landing at the airport. Fantastic, good luck. Brilliant. Amazing plane. Really, really good. Pilot Aaron, hey, how you doing? Welcome along. Alrighty, sorry, I went into a waiting phase there. I was just sort of letting it do its thing. We're coming down now in the middle straight here. So there's some subsonic aircraft you can see there, these green dots around us. So we just need to be aware for them. You can see them on the radar. There was an ATC online. Hong Kong radar 1213. Speedbird 2 has descended, and we can see him. He's just about to contact the approach. We're coming across into the channel. We're followed closely by Speedbird 4, who is also making his way across. Brilliant. We're getting there. Okay, what I'm going to do quickly is program in the next waypoint, which should be waypoint 5. Waypoint 4 was MAGOG. Yep. Waypoint 5 is the CH VOR, which will then begin our arrival from. Cool. We're about to go from waypoint 9 to waypoint 1. Flying over Africa in the Concorde, do you have to be subsonic? Michael Nolan, goodbye. That's a good question. I believe it was banned from going supersonic over most land masses. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine so. I don't think it was allowed to. I think you probably, realistically, yes, you would have to be. But just don't know. Let me have a look for you. I believe it was banned from going over most. Let's have a look. Limited transoceanic flights. So I think it was probably banned from going over most. Let's have a look. So they originally had orders for this aircraft from Pan Am, Air France, Continental, American, TWA, Middle Eastern, Qantas, Air India, Japan Airlines, Sabina, Eastern, United, Braniff, Lufthansa, Air Canada, Iran. Everybody had placed orders for this aircraft, but then it all just started spiraling out of control, unfortunately. The problems in the development pushed it back a bit, and then they had a couple of issues with being banned from going over. So actually, no, you can't fly supersonic over Africa. Flying the FITTO 747. Ah, yes. You got to fly that into attack then. That'll be great fun. I haven't got Felis, unfortunately. I've always been told it's very good, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I'll have to look at it as something to get. Where do you fly it? What's your sort of main operating area? Long haul into WSSS, landed in 2 hours. Ah, that's nothing beats the feeling of getting closer after a long haul flight. Flying everywhere, yeah. That 747-200 is a cool plane. Because I like it because the engineer panel looks very much like Concorde. It's all very manual, which is great fun. Right, we're just about to go through the left-hand turn, so now we're going down that little channel in between China and Taiwan. And this is so that we're still, we're getting a bit close to the land on the right side there. We might just be far enough away to say supersonic. I think we probably are, yeah. So we can say supersonic for a bit, although we've got to start to think about descending. We'll prime up the initial descent then, which will be 28,000 feet. You actually have to do the fuel management stuff in the Fetus. Manually in the Fetus. Nice. Yeah, in Concorde we just click Flight Engineer Trim. Although, I believe if you go here, Concorde Engineer, you go Manual, Fuel Trim Command, you go Fuel Trim Manual, you then are able to open the valves and manually pump fuel around. I've got to have a look at how to do that. I'll get a tutorial out as soon as I do. But yeah, in the Fetus you don't have a choice, that's quite good fun. So then, am I right in saying that for the 747-400, they actually got rid of it? The engineer's position, I think they did, didn't they? I've just gone heading hold there just to let it come across. Otherwise we'll be weaving around for ages and ages and ages. You can see on the map, that's our routing. Big curve around here. Alright, coming up to it. Concord is actually helped me out. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. That's really nice to hear. It's glad to hear that they helped and weren't just a bit of mumbo jumbo. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow, that's really nice. Thank you. I'm glad they worked. Wow, this has been a very quick stream. I'll be in Discord afterwards then, guys. Sorry, I dropped my phone in the background. Right. Yeah, I'll be in Discord afterwards. Let me get the link into the description. I think it's got a bit old. It's not going so well. Yeah, Discord links seem to expire every now and then, so let me lay that. Let me put that one into a pin message. The 400 is mod. Yeah. So that's got all the new stuff, hasn't it? Oh wow, a 60. That's that's impressive. Wow. Oh no, I think centre's just closed. Oh, so close. We're so close. Don't go. Oh no, the centre controller, I believe, has now closed. Oh no, still online. Oh, he must have just disappeared from me then. Oh, sorry, let me get that YouTube link in. There you go, that's the new Discord link. Head over into there, some great, really knowledgeable people there. Sometimes, I say sometimes, more knowledgeable than me in most cases, about all sorts of aircraft. Head over there, and that's where we hang out when we do some flying. So off stream, we'll often be flying between short haul airports or playing DCS or all sorts of things. Euro Truck Simulator in some cases. So yeah. Say hi if you're in there. Oh no, he's still online. My bad. We've just gone out of range of the South Korean Ishion control, and that was what spooked me, and I thought we'd lost that one. Aircraft flight is slow like riding a bike. It is, isn't it? It all comes flooding back, but then yeah, you have to. It does take a bit of remembering, doesn't it? Yeah, I stopped flying Concorde for a while, and then suddenly come back to it a lot with streaming and stuff. And yeah, exactly the same. Yeah. It's it's amazing. Yeah, it suddenly comes back to you. Yeah, I said I hadn't flown Concorde for a while. It suddenly started flying again, and it was amazing. It all came back to me, and I remembered a lot of stuff, which was really helpful. But yeah, it really does come back to me. Classic aircraft, yeah. I joined. Oh, fantastic, yeah. Thank you. It's a classic aircraft. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. The classic aircraft, right, for me, are just much more fun. Because you have a bit of a challenge. So, like, we could do this flight in an A340 or whatever, but, you know, we could land it and it'd be fine, wouldn't it? Whereas this is a bit exciting, you know. Concorde's a bit more challenging to fly, a bit more exciting. Again, in a 747-200, yeah, it'd be a bit more interesting. Did my favourite thing with the A10, losing a wing and then flying it home just to spite the enemy. Yeah, that's always quite funny. It's funny because they get the damage, don't they? And then they don't actually get the kill because you make it back. Very good. Right, we're approaching Hong Kong then. We're going to begin our descent. Speedbird 2 is just arriving now. There's a 747 just landing ahead of him. Amazing. And then we are followed closely by Speedbird 4, who is on his way in too. Alright, well, we're going to begin our descent, I think. The computer isn't flying, you're flying. We'll come up to here. Alright. Let's start to descend. So, 28,000 feet primed up. Vertical speed about 2,000 feet per minute. Altitude acquire.
Auto throttle off.
We're throttling back to the arrow. Throttle's there, and down we go. Love DCS, got the F16. I carry around the hook. Yeah. I've got the F18, so hopefully I don't have to do that. But sometimes it goes wrong and you can't launch, so you have to just sort of use the whole length of the carrier. I had to call ATC. Ah, yeah, for a heading. Brilliant. Yeah, it's a good fun game. Yeah, DCS is great. It's very, very good. It took me a long time to get it set up though. I mean, to be honest, a bit like it does with Xplane. With all flight sims, when you sort of move over to them, it takes ages and ages to get it all set up. Supercarrier F18 bundle. Yeah, it's a good bundle. It's a good bundle. I think it's the one I got. It's very, very good. No. Oops. The button on my hardware is far too easy to hit to move the nose up and down. I keep accidentally hitting it, and the nose is just like, okay. I want to avoid that. 50% off. Oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty good. I was not so clever. I paid full price. I mean, I don't have many though. I only have the Supercarrier and a couple of other bits and bobs. You play off Steam. Ooh. Someone will have to explain to me. Is what's the difference by playing off Steam? Is it like an advantage, or what is it sort of? What's the differences? Yeah, DCS servers are quite slow. I tend to leave it going overnight, to be honest. For anything like that. Right, descending then. Engine rating back into climb. We'll turn the heaters on. And the seatbelt signs on. And the no smoking. Hopefully they weren't smoking anyway. You never know. I'd rather buy X Enviro. Ah, yes, yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, these clouds are not bad, but they ain't NOx environment, are they? Alright, we're about to enter the centre's radar. We're descending quite slowly. Are you on the open beta? Nice. That's the one I'm on too. Yeah, it's good. Right, we're approaching Kai-Tak. We need to slow up and descend. I've left it a little bit late to descend here. This is going to be a little bit closer, that's all. We're becoming a subsonic aircraft here, basically. Well, basically, that's what we're up to. But, oh no, it's quite sad that, actually, becoming subsonic. I'm going to look for 380 knots instead, so that we can stay as quick for as long as possible. 384 is at 280, which is our initial descent, is 0.95 speed sounds. That's pretty quick going still. Sort of the best thing to do. Right, I get the flight into trim for descent.
Fuel trim to descent.
So the nose is going to pitch up slightly. Hopefully it's going to pitch up. Yeah, there we go. Persian Gulf. Ah, I don't have the Persian Gulf. I have to play on the Caucasus or Marianas ones. Right, there we go. Speed's dropping back now. How much fuel we got left? 24 tons. Ooh, not much. 1213. There's the contact me. Hong Kong radar. Speedbird Concorde 1 with you. Descending for flight level 280.
Speedbird Concorde 1 Hong Kong radar. CS squawk code.
Hong Kong radar. Speedbird Concorde 1. Squawking 1301.
Speedbird Concorde 1 identified. Cleared MAGOG 13 arrival. Xplane IGS approach runway 13. Descend with flight level 250.
Descend 250, expecting the ILS runway 13 on the MAGOG 1 Juliet arrival for Speedbird Concorde 1. 250, down we go. So the MAGOG 1 Juliet, I believe that's our charts. Somewhere. Oh, that's departures. Ah, it's fine. We'll get vectors. We're descending. See ya. Bye, pilot. Persian Gulf's nice to carry stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. Ah, yeah. Well, I'll have a look into it. We're descending quite rapidly here. Get a boot full of power. Right, that's good. We're coming down, people. We are approaching the Kai-Tak. Speedbird 2 has just messaged me. He's landed. He's down. We are not yet, but we're getting there. 1191 is what we're going to go to next. We'll prime that up. Side. He's down. Okay, good. We've got Speedbird 4 behind us, and then we're in the middle. All right. Made good time here. Very quick. Just under an hour and 50 airborne. Very quick indeed. Well, there goes the left-hand turn. So we're turning towards waypoint 4. Which is MAGOG. This is one of our final waypoints on the route today. So you want to keep the distance, this descent rate up.
Mach
Keep doing that.
overspeed warning. Throttle back or
Oh,
climb.
Mach overspeed warning. Okay, slow up. Really slow down quickly. And there we go, people. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Subsonic. There we go. Subsonic. Speed changes. Goes a little bit weird as we go through, but that's fine. Speed 4 is insane. How strong? 747. Yeah. Hopefully it's the latter. I think maybe the wrong aircraft to code. Right, keep descending. We are shooting down here. We're going down to 250. Good, aircraft's all good. So, engine control schedule to approach, brake fans on. All is good. Leveling out 250. There we go. It's gone shooting through it, that's right. It's not the most stable aircraft in terms of, if you're a passenger, you would be jolted around quite a lot by Concorde. That's quite good fun. Right, 47 miles to track to MAGOG. So we'll just hold 384 at 25,000 feet. In fact, we can go a little bit quicker than that. We'll go very quick here. That's just to keep us nose quite low. We're going to trim the aircraft for landing.
Fuel trim to landing.
Oh, there you go. Pitches up a bit. That's the nose. I want the nose to go low here. So in the descent, we want to descend quickly. So we trimmed all the fuel to the back, so we can idle the power and descend very quickly. Now I've trimmed to landing, so that the nose will go forwards and the weight goes forwards. Yeah, 10 minutes of ETA, slowing down for landing. Oh yeah, we did. Fantastic. I guess it was a bit surprised at how quickly we descended, maybe. So there we go. Now look, the nose is very low, and there's very little throttle going through the engines to hold speed, which is very efficient flying. We're just chugging across here, coming towards Kaitak. We descended a little bit quickly there. That's fine. It's going to give us some time to sort ourselves out. So. Yeah, I don't really have much to say, I suppose. It's all going very well. I maybe spoke too soon there. Touch wood, hopefully. So yeah, we're going to come across, right across here, towards the Chow VOR. We'll continue from Chow on a course of 270. Till we hit Gulf, the waypoint, which is 7 DME from CH. At that point, we'll make a right-hand turn up to 045, capture the ILS, and bish bang bong, we land. Should be good. It's an amazing approach. You know, yeah, of course, the famous Kaitak. I have a little YouTube video from Microsoft Flight Sim explaining all the amazing stuff that goes on at Kaitak. So That's from a while ago.
93.5 identified. Cleared MAGOG 13 arrival. Expect IGS approach runway 13. Report ready for descent.
Go 13 arrival IGS. Runway 113. Report when ready descent. NST 35.
May have descended slightly early here. We're going quite slow, we've got a while to go. And we're running a bit low on fuel. Oops. Oh well, hopefully that should be alright. Uh-oh. We're not going to have many opportunities at going around here at this rate, guys. It's going to be a sort of I gotta land it first try, maybe. Oh well. Maybe yeah. I think I should have loaded up with the 70 tons of fuel rather than the 65 I took. I think I took 61 actually. I think I should have loaded up with the 70. I was umming and ahhing. I couldn't quite work out what to do. If I took the 70 tons, I was worried I'd end up here with 40, 30 tons of fuel. Maybe I should take a little bit more. 100 miles, yeah. That's quite a long way. We've got quite a long way to go. We're making pretty quick progress. Might put that down there. You can just see it coming into view. It's good, we're going pretty quick. Of course, in 100 miles, that point in 100 miles, which we sort of saying, that's the start of the arrival. That's fully into Kai Tak's, crazy approach at that point. So, yeah. 101 miles. I have descended quite early here. Oh, well, that's not too bad. It'll give Speedbird 4 behind us a chance to close up a bit.
Grenier 292 Hong Kong radar. Good evening. Sesqual 5224.
The good news is we're still going faster than almost all aircraft are, apart from the Concorde coming along behind us. All good then. So we need to be 8,000 level at this waypoint coming up. I'm going to be 2 minutes. I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water. Let me just get that clearance from the controller to go. Speedbird Concorde 1, request 2 minutes outside the flight deck, please.
Speedbird Concorde 1, descent flight level 130.
Flight level 130, Speedbird Concorde 1.
Speedbird Concorde 1, approved before they reach flight level 130.
Understood, we're back before we reach 130, Speedbird Concorde 1. Alright, we'll descend. I'm going to let it slow up to 384. I'll be back in 1 second, guys. See you in a minute.
Radar on the port 992 854
On the port 928 Hong Kong radar, Sesqual 5207.
5207, on the port 928.
Air 292 identified, cleared MP3 Alpha rifle, expect IOS approaching with 07 right, report ready for descent.
MP3 Alpha,
Alpha 928 identified, cleared MP3 Alpha rifle, expect IOS approaching with 07 right, report ready for descent.
cleared IOS, correction, cleared MP3 Alpha, expect IOS on right report for descent, 928.
Hello, I'm back. Oh, sorry. Had to off and grab a quick drink of water. Right. And it's Super Concorde 1 back in the flight deck.
Roger.
Alright, we're slowing down a bit here. I'm going to keep slowing the speed back as we get closer. To not be rude. No, just we want to be, as I said, we're getting to 8,000 by that waypoint. So we want to just go down at a nice rate. The engines are sat idling pretty much here. All seems good. We're approaching it quite quickly. I'm just going to increase our descent rate.
Hong Kong, Raiders, report 135, request frequency change. Heavy 1735, Mod Uniform 122.8, SIM for East River 135, Uniform 122.8. Uniform 135, Cathay on 35. Concorde 1, contact Hong Kong, approach 119.1 grade.
119.1, that's Super Concorde 1, by the way. Hong Kong approach, Super Concorde 1 with you, descending through 160 for 130.
Concorde 1, Hong Kong approach identified, expect IGS approach on 13, flight level 110.
Descend 110, expecting the IGS runway 13, Super Concorde 1. Fantastic, guys, that's just what we were looking for. Got this iPad open just so I can see how close we're getting. We're slowing up there slowly to 350 now. And still falling away. Right. 150, coming right down then. Just increase the descent rate slightly. Let's come down, I'm just going to keep slowing it back. This is just to allow the throttles to, the engines to reduce their thrust a bit as well, just to slow down. I'm just trying to conserve fuel here, basically. Being as efficient as possible. Good. $37 miles. Just reduce the descent rate a little bit. So, new thing then, the descent point is, I'm officially going to make it LAPUG for future notice. We've descended a bit early here. Cool, that's 110. How are we on fuel? Yeah, 20 tons. So in Concorde, it'll burn about 10 in a go around. So it's going to be tight. Landing wise, that's fine. I reckon we'll land with about 12 tons or so. If we have to go around, that's when it's going to be bad. So we will watch it as it comes, but it might be a bit of a last minute panic. Which is quite good fun. Cool. Level 110. 340. As soon as he asks us to, we're going to slow up. I'm just trying to hold on to the speed a little bit. We're a bit high, but there we go. We're going across the end of end of 1-3 here, in a lot of cloud. All right, let's start to slow up then. 20 miles away. When we get to 15, I'm going to start to bring it back. We just bring it back slowly because of course 250 below 10,000. So we'll just start to bring back that speed as we get closer. I'm going to arm the afterburners. That's in case of a go-around or the need to power up if we come in conflict with another aircraft, so on. Right, we'll look for 300. Back go the engines. Slowing down. There's just pitching up a bit there. There's Hong Kong. There it is, people. Decent 8,000 QNH 1020 is people Concord 1. Down we go. Slow to 250. That was it. That's Hong Kong off to our right. You can see Speedbird 2 on the ground there. That's Kai Tak. We're coming in. Coming in hot. Alright. Okay.
Caution. Fuel status.
There we go, that's the caution.
20 tons.
Bring the visor down. I'll bring the nose when we level out at 8,000. Just not yet. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible here, so the more fuel saving I can be, the better. Here we come in though, guys. It's been a long flight. Not really. And we're getting there. 250 knots and hold them. Nose is down. Sorry, visor is down. And we'll bring the nose down there. Because the nose is just starting to pitch up a little bit there to almost 5 degrees. So I'll bring the first stage of nose down. 7 miles to our waypoint. Don't hit a building, don't go around. That's good moral to live by. Yeah, that's what we're going to go for. That's what we're aiming for with the approach. Right. Coming up to 8,000 there. It's going to level off. I'll wait for it to flip to hold, and I'm going to prime up 6,000. Cleared IGS approach from a 1-3, we'll report established. We've Concorde 1. Fantastic. We've been cleared. 4 miles to run. And it's going to be 270 initially. So 8,000 feet it's holding. I'm going to dial up 6,000 feet. Turn on the taxi lights and turn off lights. We don't need the landing lights, it's not that dark. Overhead panel looking good. 270 track heading. I let it drift a bit there, my bad, my bad. Come back left slightly.
Valve fuel trim. Should I change it?
Should we trim to landing? Yep, no, that's good. Alright. 270, descend 6,000, as per the charts. If I head on map view here, you can see we're going across, 27, straight across. When we hit Gulf, which is 7 nautical miles from previous, switch to rad. Start to slow up to 40. We're going down to 6,000 feet here. Gonna be a while till I land. No worries, mate. We'll, I'll do my best to hang around. Okay. Okay, IS hold. You see there's the new airport off to our right. Big airport. Fantastic. Right, it's coming up to 6,000. 5.6 nautical miles, 5.7. 6 nautical miles, we're hanging on. And prime up 4,500 as the next descent. And there it is, right heading 360 initially. We're going to gently bring it around this corner, so 320. Prime up the ILS, 1119. With that radial set of 088. Right, we've just got to bring it around this corner gently, because it tries to cut in very tight, and we've got this big mountains on our right, which we want to avoid at all costs. Vertical speed selected then. We're coming down to 4,500 feet. About 1,500 feet per minute. We'll keep turning right. I'm doing it sort of step by step because Concorde is quite quick around these turns. We'll hold 240. I'm going to prime up 220, but it's just going to hold 240 for now. There's north. And we'll go right heading 045. And that's going to be our intercept. As you can see per the chart, 045 will bring us right across onto the ILS, so it should just be sort of straight across the centre of the new international airport there. A little bit left of where we want to be, so I'm just going to bring that to 050, close the gap a little bit. There's 5,000 then, we'll keep descending. This radial now is the ILS, so we're looking to capture that VOR lock. That will just be. Let's slow down to 220 knots with 17 miles to run. Landing speeds are set up. We're going to be looking to touch down at 160. We're going to be approaching this town at about 185. Slowing to 180 over the threshold. VOR lock on. You can see we're now turning, or we should turn it, it always overshoots it a bit. Go on, round you go. That's the one. But, a little bit late on the, so I'll just do it manually, and then hit VOR lock as we get close. There we go, VOR lock. Keep going. That's the one. There it is, VOR lock, enabled. Altitude hold is on. I'm going to arm the glide. Glide slope armed. Hold on. Altitude hold. Let's get it to level out. Waiting for the glide to come in. This little triangle is going to come down from above. When it hits the middle, we're going to start descending. Glide slope armed. There we go. It'll take us down now. 13 miles to run. Slowing 200 knots.
Hong Kong approach, MS 10, 35, passing, fly the door 1784, flight level 130. C35 Hong Kong approach identifying, contact information Alpha clearance. Expect IGS approach runway 13, descend flight level 110.
Okay, we're established. We are descending on the glide. Here we go. Fantastic. We're going to call that we're established.
Concorde 1, wind 012 is 18 knots, runway 13,
Clear to land runway 13, speed of Concorde 1. Brilliant, we're cleared to land. We're at 200 knots. I'm going to look for about 190. We're going to slow up to. We'll drop the nose to full. And put the gear down. 10 miles. Quite a long way out to be putting the gear down, I know. But I want to make sure we're fully ready for landing. And we start to approach the runway here at Kaitak.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Breeze.
Appreciate the amazing scenery of what we're doing here. So we're going to descend through these buildings and in. So it's quite a... You can see, so you get a feel for the sort of scenery we're descending into here. This is an approach very much unlike any other. Right, 190. It's on hold. I'm going to prime up 185. I'm setting this little white marker that's available on here to 13 degrees. If I exceed that, we know we're going to get a tail strike. Flight directors go off so we can see the precise little red thing in the middle. We're fully established here. Drifting slightly right. Okay. Manual control.
Pilot off.
Get it trimmed nicely there. Manual control then. So, manual control. I'm going to slow it to 185. I'm just going to go left slightly here, and I'm just going to avoid these buildings. The scenery is from a later version of Hong Kong. And actually these buildings weren't there when Kaitak, because there's a height restriction on all the buildings. So these big skyscrapers that are here cause us a little bit of a problem, so we'll just avoid them slightly to the left. We're a little bit low here. We're coming in nicely. Okay, just hang it slightly left of these buildings. Lights are all on, nose is fully down, gear are down. Aircraft is fully prepped for landing. I'm going to reduce my descent rate a little bit because we're a little bit below the glide slope. Okay. Going around to the left of these buildings, I'm then going to aim towards Checkerboard Hill, which you'll see just appearing on this corner here. You see a slight speck of red. It's slightly hidden by the angle we're coming in at here with the trees, but it is there. You'll see it as we go by. So now I'm aiming towards that. Trying to keep the descent rate. Aiming, it's directly ahead of us there. There it is. There goes our decision height. So we're happy to continue with the approach. Alright.
500 feet.
500 feet. Here we are. 400 feet. Okay. Getting close. There's Checkerboard Hill. I have control of the throttles. Right hand turn, hanging it in. Bit of power around the corner.
300 feet.
Just keeping the nose down with a bit of rudder there. Start to roll it level because there's a bit of a crosswind. It'll blow us across slightly.
200.
Oh, there we go. Not bad. Speed's increased there as I've gone around the corner.
100.
Oh, bit quick, bit quick.
50 feet. 40. 20. Contact.
Bit off to the right side there. Whoa. Bumpy there down. Bit of rudder. Back into the middle of the centre line. Lower the nose. Oh, that was tight. That was a close turn there. I was a little bit worried we weren't gonna get in there. I'll be honest. It wasn't quite how I'd seen it before, and we've used a little bit more runway than we've done before. So, right, 60 knots. Reverse thrusters deactivated. We'll keep the brakes coming down. We'll try and make this left here. Keep slowing it down. Very slow. We'll make the turn off the left here. Vacating the runway. Bring the nose up to the 5-degree taxi position.
5.9 track red line. direct limes, number 28.
And we are off the runway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kaitak.
Point 92, reaching normal speed.
Actually okay to clap. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was, wow. That was, we'll watch the replays, don't worry. We're going to watch loads of replays. That was pretty close. Wow. That was genuinely quite close. I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit worried. I had not quite, we were a little bit lower than I thought we were. And we were a little bit further left than where I'd done it. And as we made the turn, I allowed the speed to build. Because we were a little bit lower, the auto throttle deactivated earlier than it normally does. And I'd forgotten about that, so the speed ran away with us a little bit there, but that's alright. We managed to slow it down before we needed to touch down. Turn off lights, go off. Brilliant.
Hong Kong approach identify, expect IL as approach on my 07 right. Information Alpha current descent, flight level 120.
Brilliant. Wait for me, don't worry, we certainly are. We're going to watch you from Checkerboard Hill. No pressure. Right. Wow. That was great fun. That was, I'm glad we did that. That was a good flight. That's good fun to do that. Alright, whereabouts is he? Ah, we see him there. He's inbound. Go on the map, can we see him? BAW4, there he is. By the time we're sort of at stand and sorting ourselves out, we should be good. Right, Speeder 2's down the end there. It's cool. The Concords always park sort of on the right hand side. They go across here. Park along this little bit. Sorry, say again for Speeder Concord 1.
Concord 1, taxi fire Bravo 1, Delta 3, self-charge, good.
Bravo 1, Delta 3, yeah, Speeder Concord 1. Bravo 1. That's wrong. Delta 3. Just going to come to a stop, work out where we're going. Where's Delta 3? Oh. So we're on Bravo 1. That's Bravo 4 to our right, so it's not that. Delta 1, Delta 2. Ah, Delta 3. We're going right to the end. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Right, keep going. I hadn't quite worked out where we're going. Brilliant. Oh, it's drifting left. Concorde, what are you doing? Where are you going? So actually, it's quite a long runway. How far does it think it is on this? Runway strip length. Oh, it didn't say. Do we know how long it is? 3,002. 3,300 meters. 3.3k. So it's as long as the one we took off from. But yeah, it doesn't feel as long as the one we took off from. Do you know what I mean? It looks a lot shorter. Let's just be perspective. Oh, a bit of power. I would like to get to stand some day of the week. That was great fun. We will definitely be coming back here. Maybe not in Concorde, but not for a while at least, but we will at some point in another plane. Because that was an amazing approach. That was super great fun. I love that. Thank you very much all for flying along. Thank you very much to those for watching, and thank you very much to those who subscribed. It really makes a difference, and that was an amazing approach made possible by you guys, so thank you so much. I'm not going to touch any of them. I'm going to leave all the lights on, and then I'm going to put the nose down so that in the replays it looks really good. We're going to record that one. That was quite a heavy touchdown there, so you know. There's a bit of bouncing going on too. I'd like to see what speed we touched down at. I think it was quite quick. There we go, it's a bit better. Mito's coming along.
Hong Kong Tower, low civil 4, flight level 130.
Zero Hong Kong 4, go approach, score 5220.
Pass 222, civil 4.
5220.
There's speedbird 2. I'm going to take a gate. Although, do we want to take a gate? We could. I don't know. We're going to be facing the wrong way now, though, aren't we? That's alright. Tell you what, we might take the stand next to the Saudi Arabia here, in between the Korean Air. Interesting thing about the Concorde's taxi lights is it's not on the nose wheel; they're on the aircraft. So, of course, as you're turning, they point straight ahead of you, rather than going around you in the corner, which is what the A320 and modern airliners have now, so they follow you around the corner. It makes things a little bit easier, I think.
The Concorde 4, Hong Kong approach identified, descend flight level 110, expect IGS approach on 13.
Here we go, he's beginning his approach.
The Concorde 4, Hong Kong approach identified, descend flight level 110,
Sorry, I'm imbling along here, trying to find a stand. Where should we go? Should we go gate, or should we go a little remote stand? Go remote stand, it'd be quite funny. Facing the wrong way there. Does Sam want to work? No data available.
Hong Kong approach band 35, establish IGS 13. Essentially 5, wind 020 is 19, and noise is 13, clear. For the runway 13, then that's 235.
Alright, we'll take this remote stand. Okay, I'm going to lower the nose. I'm going to turn on the turn-off lights. Which seems a bit crazy, but it means that when we do the replays, the whole thing will look amazing.
292 track direct, so cool.
I've been as smooth as I could there. Right, we've got a plane on the IGS, and we've got Mito on his way over. Let's head over here and hang over by the hill and watch them come in. Here he is. A 737. Is it 737?
Bird Concorde 47, 8,000 feet, catch 1020.
Alright, and then we've got the Speedbird Concorde 4. We should be able to see him. He's up here somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's matching as a Concorde. Woohoo! Oh, this is going to be good fun. Oh, he's really moving. Wow. Fantastic. We'll hang around and watch these guys land then. So this 737, he's got it easy compared to the troubles we had in Concorde. No. Right. We'll watch the replays in a minute, guys. We'll watch that. I just want to watch these guys land because it's quite good fun. So don't worry, we will be watching the replays. We will be watching all the cool approaches made by everyone. But first, I would like to watch these guys land because they do an amazing. It's a very difficult approach and it's cool. Oh, Taiwan. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of the banner. Here he comes. He must have slightly different scenery to us. I don't think you can see these big clump of buildings. We went round to the sort of side of these ones. Although it was a bit of a hairy approach, I'll be honest. So this will be good fun to watch it when we do. But we'll watch these guys land first. If you're not already, please hit the like and subscribe and join the Discord through the link. It's really appreciated, so thank you so much.
Descend to Xplane descend to 2000 clear direct runway 07 right, program established, clearance right.
Oh, this guy wants to. Whilst this guy's approaching, I've been asked if someone can see my joystick settings. That's what we're going for. And my joystick settings there. If you want to pause it quickly, I'll on that. I'll just want to watch this guy. So this guy's coming in to the. Where is he going? Oh, so we went down to the left. So that's the ILS takes us to the left. So I think he might be doing the visual. Or, no, maybe he's on an older simulator or something and can't see these big buildings. Cause I would. He's being a bit braver than I would be if they with these buildings. Look at that. Oh, he's going down the inside. Oh, this is going to be a really tight turn then. Wow, this is going to be cool. He's coming straight for Checkerboard Hill, which is this thing next to us. Here we go. He's making his turn. There he is. He's rolling it in. Relaxed at first. There he goes. Air China Airlines. Making the steep bank. He's in. Yep, he's in. Let's have a little look at his touchdown. He's definitely in. Nice work. Oh no. Oh, he's going around. Oh, what's he up to? Go on, mate, put it down. No, he's not happy. He's off. Not happy, definitely not happy. Wow. Around he goes. Must have been unhappy about something. That looks alright to me. He made the turn. Right, Speedbird 4. Where is he? He's out here somewhere. I saw him a second ago. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's going around the field. He's going to come in. Right, let me just set this to that or that. That one. Here he comes. He's coming round. And then we'll have a look at our landing on the replay. Nice. This is looking good so far. Yeah, that guy's going around. Stalling there. Yeah. Yeah, you really, the flare was quite sudden. I think that probably induced a bit of a stall or something like that, because that was a pretty sudden stall, a sudden flare. Right, here comes the Concorde. We can see him turning. He's turning for the ILS. He's making his turn. Gonna watch him come in. Sorry we didn't get to see you, Speedbird 2. Yeah.
High descend 4,000 feet immediately, and you for short the IGS confirmed you can establish the localizer.
Well, I established localizer and we're descending to 4,000. Well, since 4,000 feet is for the comfort source.
It's getting stressful up there, I imagine that is. Where's he hanging over? Oh, there he is. Oh, he's perfectly on it. It's funny how it looks different from where we are. I thought he was far too far off, but actually, he's going to establish very nicely there, look. The ILS brings you right in across there. If I go far low on route, you can see where the ILS is coming in. These are the ILS markers.
turn right, track direction hotel.
There's the plane going around.
Turn right, Charlie Hotel, Dynasty 35.
Here he comes.
35, expect IGS pressure 13. GS 13, Dynasty 35.
Here we go, he's making his left-hand turn, he's establishing. There he is, gentlemen. And, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, he is there. Right over the top of the buildings. It's going to be cool. Here we go, he's going to make his left turn here then to establish. Make the left turn. I'll leave it to it. We'll watch them come in. So thank you very much, everyone. This has been a nice sort of round off to our Concorde streams for a while now. We're going to do some of the boring baby bus and long haul sort of stuff. And we'll explore some of the cooler short haul airports you can land at. Which is very exciting. So I look forward to seeing you all there. We'll be doing some cool sort of short haul ops, and landing at places like Split, and Croatia, Salzburg. Got some nice scenery for Salzburg, so we'll definitely be heading over there. Maybe there's a Lufthansa flight or something from that, or a Scandinavian flight. Something along those lines. We'll be exploring that area. I'd also like to take an A340 on a long haul flight again, and even an INI A300. We haven't streamed one of them in a bit, so we'll do that. And then we'll take the BAE 146 for a little bit of island hopping potentially. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then, of course, we'll visit here in a large jet again at some point, the amazing Kite Tac. So thank you very much to those who flew along with us today. That's really, really appreciated. It really is a lot of support, so thank you so much to all of you. And thank you so much to those who subscribed and for watching the YouTube. It's great. Really, really means a lot. So thank you very much, guys. And here comes Speedbird 4. Here he is. So he's on the ILS there. I think he's going to hit slightly to the left of the buildings.
T35 from Charlotte Hill, cleared IGS, British 113, reflex established.
Oh, we've got another aircraft. Oh, that's that one who's going around.
Report established.
He's coming down. It's quick. Concorde is much, much faster than the 7.3 will be going. This is, yeah, he'll be doing a good 200 miles an hour maybe. This is fast. Bit high maybe. He's coming back down. Ooh. Sorry, I all dropped my phone. Now there's the turn. The famous Kite Tac turn. There he is. Right round. Beautiful. I can't keep up with the camera turns. I have to drag it. It's such a tight turn. There he is. Lovely flare. Beautiful. Straight down the middle of the runway. That would have been a very nice touchdown because of the vertical offset I have to get these models to work. They sort of disappear into the runway, but that would have been a very nice touchdown. So well done. Welcome to Kai Tak then. Very good job, everybody. We'll get a little screenshot of the Concords. I'm facing the wrong way because I'm a numpty. I've parked the wrong way, but that's all right. Fantastic. Right, let's disconnect and let's watch some of the screenshots. Fantastic, everybody. That was really impressive. Well done, guys. Right, let's zip it back. Oh, the scenery goes a bit weird. That's fine. Oh, it's a bit, I've loaded him a bit far away. Keep going, keep going. There he is. Right. Here it comes. This is on the replay mode, of course. It's coming right in across. 71 feet per minute. Nice work. Good thing to tell with it. Nice. 71 feet per minute. Very impressive. Not sure mine was as good as that. Anyway, here we go. You're about to see why I'm not so confident. Anyway, it was good. We managed, well, yeah, the approach-wise, we stayed to the ILS, we stayed to all the nav aid beacons. There's quite a lot of crosswind, as you can see here. You see the planes really being blown sideways there. Probably it helped us a little bit around this corner, I think, actually. Made it a little bit easier to get around. Here, there's the turn. Yeah, that crosswind definitely helped. Look, we're piling. So I applied way more power to help us around the corner, which unfortunately meant we were going a bit too quick. So there goes the kill of the power, trying to bleed the speed off. Ready? Oh. Ready for the touchdown. Bit of flare. And, oh. Down. Oh. Not bad, actually. Not that bad.
Not too bad.
Bit of correction, and we're down in the centre. Zip that one back and let's watch from a different perspective. Let's watch from the tower perspective down here of the turn. Here it comes. Best landing with the Concorde. Well done. 300. What are you on about now? It's only about 211 or something like that. There's the turn. You see all the dirt being kicked up by the engines. And we're in. There's about 210 my feet per minute on the touchdown. With the bounce, it wasn't quite so good. Anyway, that's all part of the Kai Tak, you know. Yeah, exactly. No tail strike. It's part of the Kai Tak fun. I'm sure the passengers were thrilled by the antics. Amazing, guys, really. That's good fun. Oh, a quick watch from the pilot's view in case you missed it. You see what we were looking at on the nose view as we came in. Great fun. Thank you so much to everyone who flew with us. I look forward to streaming again soon. I'm going to upload this onto YouTube a little short of the landing here, so you'll see it again. So, thank you so much, everybody. I'll catch you all again soon. Goodbye from me. Goodbye for now.
500 feet.
Here he comes down.
400. 3.
There's the turn.
300 feet.
It's tight.
Feet. 100 feet. 30. 40. 20.
A little bit off the centre line, but we corrected, so that's all right.
Reverser deployed.
Oh, it's quite bumpy. Great. Brilliant. Thanks so much, everybody. I'm going to head out then now. So thanks so much, everybody. And we'll catch you all again soon. So goodbye from me. And we'll see you all around soon. Bye.
Reverser retracted.